Welcome to Evening News on Osbc TV. My name is Tajuddin Amodu. The Supreme Court has reaffirmed the victory of Governor Demola Adeleke as the winner of the July 16, 2022 governorship election in Osun State. Delivering the unanimous judgment in Abuja, Justice Emmanuel Ajim held that issue 3, 4, 5, and 9 of the petition of former Governor Adeleke Oyetola lacked merits. On the issue of overvoting, the Supreme Court said the petitioner did not adduce any evidence to prove overvoting. Mr. Oyetola had approached the Apex Court to appeal against the judgments of the appeal court delivered by a panel led by Justice Mohammed Lawal Shuaibu. The Supreme Court held that regulations by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) does not provide for transportation of accredited voters to the database except snapped pictures of results for Form EC8A to the HIREF. Thereby, it cannot be relied upon. On qualification of Governor Demola Adeleke and certificate forgery, Supreme Court insisted that the matter was non-existent since there is an appeal court judgment since 2019 in favor of Governor Adeleke. It then held that Governorship Election Tribunal was totally wrong and misapplied the law. Also ruling on the APC star witness evidence, the Supreme Court held that the evidence is hearsay and inadmissible. Meanwhile, Governor Demola Adeleke has dedicated his victory at the appeal court to God and the people of Osun, addressing the press shortly after his declaration by the Supreme Court as the winner of the July 16, 2022 governorship election in Osun State. The governor appreciates the people of Osun for staying with him throughout the struggle. The Presidential Election Petition Court has adjourned Thursday for the continuation of pre-hearing of the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar against the President-elect Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC). In the petition marked CA-PEC 05-2023, the PDP and Atiku are challenging the declaration of Tinubu as the President-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). During today's proceedings, counsel to the petitioners, Chris Uche, SAN, pointed out that they have filed and served a motion dated 7th May requesting a live broadcast of the Presidential Tribunal proceedings. He noted that the application was a motion of priority which requires immediate attention given the national importance of the issue at hand. Responding, counsel for INEC, A.B. Mahmood acknowledged the application, describing it as innocuous and requested for time to respond. The State and National Assembly Election Petition Tribunal panel has been inaugurated with a promise to be fair to all. Chairperson of the three-member panel, Justice Victoria Eboreme, told the litigants of the readiness of the tribunal to adjudicate justice to all while appealing for the cooperation of those involved to do their own side of the bargain as the tribunal is time-bound. Responding on behalf of others, counsel to INEC, Mr. Felix Okaibu, promised to do their time of the tribunal. Secretary of the tribunal, Mohammed Mogaji, enjoined both petitioners and respondents to exhibit due diligence in the course of discharging their duties. The Osun National and House of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal panel is expected to adjudicate on 18 petitions filed before it. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Senate President Muhammadu Buhari gave assent to 104 out of 162 bills passed to him by the 9th Senate. Ahmed Lawan and Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila declared that the 9th National Assembly performed far better than 5 others before it since 1999. The 9th Assembly presiding officers also lamented the misperception and misunderstanding of the 9th National Assembly by some Nigerians who wrongly labeled it as a rubber stamp dump. Speaking separately at the welcome dinner organized for senators and member-elect for the 10th National Assembly by management of the National Assembly and National Institute for Democratic and Legislative Studies in Abuja, the duo said the good governance-driven performance of the 9th National Assembly stemmed from a harmonious working relationship with the executive arm of government. In the meantime, Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila has charged the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) to be proactive in delivering quality telecommunications services to Nigerians. Gbajabiamila, who gave the advice at a public hearing in Abuja, said that the House is concerned that some areas in the country have no access to mobile telecommunication services. The committee is also investigating the total accruals into the Universal Service Provision Fund as well as its expenditure since inception. He said, though Nigeria's telecommunications sector is one of the largest in Africa, it contributes immensely to the economy and lives of millions of Nigerians, most rural communities that have no access to it. Earlier, chairman of the committee, Honorable Bamdele Salam, said that the hearing is to investigate why mobile telecommunications coverage is not total as envisaged by the NCC Act. He said that the parliament is also interested in the steps so far taken by the regulations to bridge the access gap, especially to undeserved and unserved areas. The Central Bank of Nigeria said that it will sanction banks assisting the operations of unlicensed foreign firms. It stated in its guidelines for the regulation of representative offices of foreign banks in Nigeria, signed by the Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department, Muhammad Musa. It stated that any CBN-regulated entity found to be assisting, supporting, harboring, or facilitating the presence of operation of an unlicensed international financial institution in Nigeria shall be liable to severe sanctions, including suspension or revocation of their banking license. Members of the public have been advised to ignore the fake news and disinformation alleging that administration of Governor Ademola Adeleke of extortion of 2.9 billion naira from local governments. A release by the spokesperson to the governor, Malam Olawale Rashid, said that the rumor has it that the governor intends to demote 1 million workers, noting that the administration is governed strictly by due process and transparency with the context of the public finance regulations. Malam Rashid maintained that the state governor has zero tolerance for corrupt practices as he focuses on delivery of good governance and people's welfare. He assured citizenry that the current leadership is nurtured by open government principles for good governance. And now to sport. Head coach of Burkina Faso's under-17 team, Ibrahima Traore, has said that the team is now focused on their quarter-final game against the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria. This follows their 2-1 victory over Cameroon in the last group stage match of the under-17 African Cup of Nations. The 49-year-old tactician praised his side for their resilience and doggedness in their game against Cameroon, which earned them a spot in the last 8. He added that his target is to clinch a World Cup ticket and was confident that his boys can beat Nigeria. Burkina Faso will face a tough task when they play Nigeria Golden Eaglets in Algiers on Thursday. Now, on the foreign scene, the Senegalese court has handed opposition figure Ousmane Sonko a 6-month suspended sentence in an appeal of a defamation case that could jeopardize his run for president next year. He received a 2-month suspended sentence and a hefty fine in March for defaming tourism minister Mohamed Mbaye Niang. Boubacar Sisse, a lawyer for the minister, told reporters that the sentence will rule Sonko out of the 2024 presidential vote if confirmed following a 6-day period for appeals. Sonko, 48, came third in the 2019 presidential election and intends to stand again in 2024, but 2 court cases could ruin his candidacy. Reports gathered that Sonko is also facing a trial later this month for alleged rape and death threats over a complaint filed by an employee at a beauty salon where he went for a massage. And that was the evening news on Osbc. Join us at 7 for the major report. Good evening.
What is the family of DNA?
Hey, will you say I did not teach you all this?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
You saw me studying. You were in the class.
Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid.
What's the full name of DNA?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
You are technically correct.
What's the full meaning of DNA?
Nigerian drug.
For what?
What's the full meaning of DNA?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Nucleic acid.
Jesus Christ.
What's the full meaning of DNA?
Oh no!
Hey!
Who was the first Nigerian woman to drive a car?
I'm a novice. That one you talk before, talk again, you see?
Huh? What?
I can't remember it.
The boy is stupid.
Who was the first Nigerian woman to drive a car? Who was the first woman to drive a car?
Shut up your mouth!
Who was the first Nigerian woman to drive a car? I don't know.
May the Lord deliver you in Jesus' name.
Who was the first woman to drive a car?
Mommy fell is
Who colonized Nigeria?
No idea.
I'ma give you one big dirty slap.
Frederick Love,
Jesus is Lord!
Who colonized Nigeria?
We.
Who colonized Nigeria?
Mado.
I'm going to discipline you so that you become disciplined. You get me?
I thought I wish. I don't understand that pitch.
Translate. We don't know. I wish. Translate this to English. At all, I wish.
Jesus! What have I done to deserve all this bullshit right here?
Translate to English. At all, I wish. Now wish.
Lying will ruin your goddamn life.
Translate this to English. At all, I wish.
Everybody now. I'll be everything
Everybody
now.
now wish.
Now wish. Yes.
The flow.
Bros, I thought I wish. Now waiting for English. I don't know.
Well done. Clap on for yourself. Will you say I did not teach you all these things?
Translate this to English. At all, I wish.
It's English already.
It's broken.
That's PG. So translate it to English. At all, now wish.
Last is wish.
In your area, you can also pass for IBEDC